Welcome to r/Choosingbeggars, where a woman expects a brand new iPhone for free.
Hey, can you upgrade the computer you gave to Blank to 32 gigabytes memory and a new graphics card?
Hi, I'm sure we can sort that out. I'll have to get prices on the components tonight and get back to you.
What prices? You said that the computer was free for his schoolwork.
Yes, that's correct, but the computer is pretty high spec. It already has 16 gigabytes of RAM, which should be more than sufficient for school. That's over $300 worth of upgrade you're asking for, and that's just the cost of the components.
He needs to edit videos on it, so can you upgrade today? I can come now.
Sorry, but the computer was free. And I'm happy to install the components for you for free, but you'll have to purchase the components you want and then I can put them in for you.
I don't have $300, and you said it was for school, and he needs it for media studies.
Well, I apologize that it's not up to what he needs it for, but a GPU and 32 gigabytes of RAM aren't normal school requirements. Like I said, happy to install the components for free if you provide them, but I can't spend $300 on a computer I gave you for free.
I'm gonna tell the admins that you wasted my time.
Okay, no problem. You're welcome to return the computer for a full refund of the purchase price if you're not satisfied. Then we had this contribution from I'd Rather Be a Vigilante down in the comments. I sold my 4-year-old washer and dryer for $100. When the buyer came to get it, they dropped the dryer down the porch stairs. Literally 6 months later, I got a message saying the dryer didn't work anymore and wanted me to fix or replace it. People are wild, man.
Anyone got a spare phone? I accidentally dropped mine in the toilet and I really need one for my job.
I've got an old Android phone. It's only a couple of years old, but it should work for you if all you need is social media and basic calls and texting.
Ugh, no thank you. Android phones are trash. Vomit emoji.
You said you need a phone for your job. I'm offering you a free phone. I was even willing to drive to your house to give it to you. Did you really think you were going to get an iPhone for free?
It's not like I was asking for a new one. An old one would have worked, butthole. But I'm not going to walk around with a sucky Android phone that looks like trash.
You literally live in a trailer park. You're in medical debt, you work at Target, and you act like you're rich. Either take the LG phone from 2017 or don't even post on Facebook asking for a free iPhone. Or better yet, don't drop your effing phone in the toilet like a moron.
You're not perfect either.
I'm literally offering you a phone for free.
F off.
I'm always so bewildered when I see people freak out over Samsung phones and only want iPhones. I've got a Samsung S9 and honestly I love it. The thing is so huge, it's like having a tablet in your pocket. Do you buy into this choosing beggar belief that iPhones are for rich people and all other models are for poor people? Let me know down in the comments. I gave away a house to a single mom and I don't recommend it. I was working for a house flipper doing the actual renovations and he offered to sell me a property very cheaply that he had bought but didn't think it was worth flipping because it would never be worth much because it was small, about 900 square feet, and the neighborhood was not terrible but not on the way up anytime soon. I was thinking I might try renting it, so I renovated it, bought all new appliances, new floor, new tub, new toilet, AC, heater, new sewer line, etc. It took about 6 months of weekends to finish. Meanwhile, I talked to a bunch of mom and pop landlords and realized that I just did not have the temperament to be a successful property manager. Plus, my wife had just been diagnosed with Crohn's. I looked into selling, but anyone who was interested was pretty slimy and wanted to offer me substantially less than what I'd already put into it. So I said F it. I'm going to give it to a family that really needs a house. First, we approached a local Jewish charity, my wife's Jewish, and they straight up told me that they used to donate houses but had been so badly burned that they no longer did so, and beware. Next place was a local branch of a huge national charity. They were happy to take the house off our hands, auction it off, and then take 15% of the sale and donate it to the local homeless shelter. The remaining 85% was for quote, administrative costs. We declined. A month or two later, a friend of a neighbor approached us about a young single mom going to the local community college to become an ultrasound tech, but just couldn't get her feet underneath her due to housing issues. Perfect, but no. And so I gave her the house for free. After 6 or so weeks, the new owner called and told me I needed to fix the plumbing. I was like, it's not my house. Did you call Roto-Rooter? And then part of the conversation got chopped out, so it continues further down. I'd kept copies of the receipts for tax reasons, so I copied them and brought them to her. At the house, I saw that none of the appliances at the house were the ones I bought, except that the stove and the dishwasher and the washing machine combo were just gone. Plus, it wasn't just her and her daughter living there. Her mom, her mom's girlfriend, and the girlfriend's grown son were all living in that tiny place. A few months later, I found out she had taken a mortgage on the place but wasn't paying it because she called me and wanted me to pay the mortgage and then rent to own the place back to her. I declined, so then she left a bunch of trashy and threatening stuff on my wife's various social media pages, both personal and her work-related sites. Eventually, it stopped. I was homeless as a young adult and thought it would be great to help someone in that situation, but nope. This story might sound too crazy to be true, but we have an almost identical story from Bethica J down in the comments. Almost the same story happened to me, except it wasn't totally free, but pretty close. I had a house that was pretty beat up. I couldn't sell it outright because it wouldn't sell for what I still owed on the loan. I had a friend's daughter approach me that I hadn't seen since she was a little girl. Her and her husband and 3 kids were in a tough spot and wanted to know if we'd sell the house to them. I said sure, $10,000 and $300 a month until it's paid off. I would have given it to them except for our own mortgage loan on our side. Come about 2 months after they move in and they can't make the payment. The father had just lost his job. No problem. Lots of communication and they missed out on 6 months payments. No biggie. We were in a tight spot when we were first starting out too. Just pay what you can. A few payments of $50 a month for a couple of months, then nothing again. She was in a car accident, which was true, and needed to swing the payment for a drivable vehicle. No problem, I get it. Suddenly, no communication. Didn't respond to texts anymore. Oh well, maybe they're just too embarrassed to keep up with begging for time with not enough money. I just wanted to get the place paid off and out of my own name so I could sign the place over to them. I kind of just forgot about it. So after a while, I realized it had been close to a year without hearing anything. Check out our Facebook page to see they were moving into their new place the next week. They had put in new windows and siding in the new house. I sent a message saying, hey, what's up with you guys? Not confrontational or anything, just wanted to know the scoop. Instantly blocked from all social media. Took me 10 months to get the house back into my name. Finally got them to show up to the lawyer to do a quit claim. The house was trashed. And I don't mean just the filth. There was garbage bags packed halfway up every wall filled with baby clothes, trash, and pop cans. The cupboards were still full of food from food pantries that they didn't take with them. Holes in every wall. More than half the windows boarded up from being broken. Carpets just stained beyond belief. Broken furniture everywhere. Faucets removed, and straight pipes running out of the walls. So I decide screw it. A few months later, I decide I'm just going to sell it for $1,000 to let it be someone else's problem. The old owners show up with a trailer to move their stuff out. I told them to take a hike. They'd signed over and left the keys with the lawyer more than 2 months before, and this was after being moved out for more than 10 months. They broke into the house at some point, took about half of their garbage, and left all the doors and what was left of the windows wide open. A neighbor called to tell me she thinks a homeless guy was staying in there. My own fault for not changing every lock. I seriously thought they were done with the place and didn't need to. Found out later that they, I'm assuming, broke in again to try to steal the copper out of the walls. The neighbor called to tell me the door was open again. By the time I got there, nobody was there and there were holes in the walls where they were locating pipes, but nothing appeared to be removed at the time. I'm now in the final process of selling it for $1. I tried to auction it off and the auctioneer walked through and told me it wasn't even auctionable. She didn't think it would sell at all and I would be stuck with her bill, $1,000 minimum or 10% plus advertising plus still having the home. The new guy is a slumlord and I hate doing that to the neighbors, but there's literally nothing else I can do. Just the thought of trying to be nice again and giving it away turns my stomach. It's been such a nightmare that's dragged on for more than 5 years. I totally feel your pain. You can't be nice enough to people without them walking over every inch of charity you have. Then there's yet another story from Ginkle. I once hired a down on his luck contractor. I explained that I would be hiring him for repeat jobs if this one was successful. Stressed to him that I could be doing these jobs 5 or 6 times a year, netting him $50,000 or more yearly. He worked hard at first. Then he just sort of stopped. Kept complaining that he needed more money up front, and I foolishly kept paying him. Then, when we hit the amount that we agreed to but the work wasn't finished, he started asking for more. I explained about our agreed upon price, and he kept saying he wasn't going to just work for free. I gave him so many chances, and finally I just told him to get the F off my property and don't ever come back. When he came back, it was at night, to gut the place, smash the walls and windows, and break the pipes so the place flooded. I now understand exactly why he was down on his luck. Because he's just a douchebag, and people sometimes get what they deserve.
Is your dresser taken? Can you deliver it to blank?
It's available, but you'd have to pick it up because I don't have a truck.
Me neither. I need it today. My address is blank.
I'm sorry, other people are willing to come pick it up, so if you can, I'll let them have it.
I asked first.
Yes, but I'm giving it away for free, so come get it or I'll give it to somebody else. Even if you have to come another day, I'm willing to wait.
I need this today. My address is blank. Do these boots come in size 5?
I have a size 6 and a size 4. Here's a picture of the size 4.
So the average is 5?
Here's a picture of the size 6. Those belong to my kids. The sizes I have for sale are 3, 4, and 6.
Okay, can you make the size 6 red and the size 4 blue?
What do you mean, make? I don't make shoes, I'm selling my kids snow boots.
Oh, you can't switch the colors?
No, sorry.
Okay, do you think you could buy brand new ones in the opposite colors and sell them to me for the used price?
Then, down in the comments, there was a discussion about how dumb this woman was. Chicago guy says, I knew a woman who was really this dumb. She was a narcissist and her brain just didn't understand why reality didn't bend to be convenient for her. This is completely the kind of thing she might say. Then Tubby Marmot replies to him, I worked at a pet store when I was younger. One lady couldn't understand why a half salt, half freshwater fish tank wasn't going to work. She was only going to put salt on one side. So yes, people are this dumb. I'm not saying the original post isn't a troll, but people like that do exist. My family member and his girlfriend are homeless in their car. Not only are they homeless in an unregistered and uninsured car, not only that, but she also found out last week that she's pregnant. I talked to my boss about it, and he said they have an open position and would do me a favor of giving them a job to help out. Edit, this job is $2 above minimum wage with tips. Not a bad job at all. I'm all excited to tell them, call them, and tell them I have a job lined up and they can start this weekend, and they responded with, No thanks, Vanessa. I worked a similar position 10 years ago while I was in high school, and I didn't like it. No offense to your boss, but I can't see myself as kitchen help again. Like, what? They're coming to my place today to have a shower and do laundry, and I'm actually repulsed and don't even want to help them anymore. Then we have this comment from Sarah down below. I saw this post. They also stole $400 from their grandmother who's on a very limited budget. They later asked OP for pills. Another thing I like to point out is that this guy said the last time he had this job was 10 years ago in high school. So assuming he had this job at the tail end of high school, he would have been 18, which makes him like 28, close to 30 now. This guy's almost 30 years old, doesn't have a place to live, has a pregnant girlfriend, steals from his grandma, and isn't willing to get a job? OP, I think it's time to cut this person out of your life because they are a train wreck. For context on this next one, the Choosing Beggar had an office job. Then she quit and Choosing Beggar's sister got the job. Then Choosing Beggar texts her sister this.
Does blank need anyone?
I'm not sure actually. Maybe a cook or someone out front?
I want office job.
No office jobs available right now, but you could text or call them?
Can I just have your position? And you work at blank?
No.
Huh? It was my position first.
I'm not doing this with you.
Huh? Wow, that's greedy.
What happened to the website? It'll be back up once I'm paid. You're 3 weeks late. Sure it will. Nice effing scam. Just wait until blank sees this. You agreed to pay me $650 to create a website for you. I created the website, you approved everything, I put the website up for you and told you that once you paid, I'd hand everything over. You never paid me, so now the website stays down until you do. You already made the website, so we can call it $85. It's too late to call it $85 when we already agreed to call it $650. Please, man, my website is going to make so much money and you're robbing me of that. You gotta make money to spend money, didn't you ever hear that? So how am I gonna make your money when my effing site is down? I really wish I had time for this, but I don't. We agreed you would pay upon completion of task, not after you make the money back. I'm not going to reply unless I see the invoice paid. Why the F waste your time being a debt collector? Ever heard of 80-20? You spend all your time on little stuff and that's why you're broke. Hello? Hello? How professional. You'll be hearing from my $80,000 lawyer. Good luck. Something tells me if this guy can't afford $650 for a website, he can't afford $80K for a lawyer. That was rSlash/Choosingbeggars, and if you like this video, then hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.